All right, this is example 4, and it's a story problem. So we have to know how to do story problems because that's the application of these types of problems. They're not helpful unless, we want to use them in the real world. So we come up with variables and equations and relationships and put them in the form of equations, and we use math to solve them. So we need to know how to do these for real world problems. All right, so let's talk about Jeb and Lori. Jeb and Lori went to a florist to buy flowers. Jeb bought 6 roses and 3 carnations for $20.25. Lori bought 8 roses and 3 carnations for $25.75. Find the price of one rose and the price of one carnation. Define variables, write 2 equations to represent the situation. Okay, so that's a lot here, but we know that we have to have variables in this situation. Remember that variables are what you're trying to solve for. So whatever the question is, those are your variables. Find the price of one rose and the price of one carnation. Those are our 2 variables, the price of a rose and the price of a carnation. We don't know either of those. So let's say let x equal the price of one rose or of a rose. And we have to put price because there's lots of other things we can use to talk about roses with. You can't just put rose because it could be number of roses, the size of the roses, the color of the roses, all sorts of things. So x, we have to say price of a rose. And then we're going to do that for the carnation as well. So we're going to say let y this time, because we have to have a different variable, equal the price of a carnation. Okay, so now that we've got those 2 things, we're going to write some equations. So how in the world did the florist know to charge Jeb $20.25? Well, Jeb went up and said, hey, I've got 6 roses and 3 carnations. So what did the florist need to do? They needed to know the price of a rose, which we don't, but they times that by 6 because there are 6 roses at X dollars a piece. So that's our first piece is 6x. So this is for Jeb. We're going to have one for Jeb and one for Lori. So 6 times x because that's priced just for roses. If he were only buying 6 roses, that's how the florist would calculate his price. 6, that's how many he got, times the price for each one. But that isn't all he got. So we have to add to that the other stuff he bought. Well, he bought 3 carnations. So 3 carnations, the florist would take 3 and multiply it by the price of a carnation, which we don't know. That's our variable y. So we have to multiply those together. So if he was just buying carnations, 3y would be how much he would spend because it's 3 times the cost per carnation, and he got 3 carnations. So 6 roses, the price of 6 roses, 6x, plus the price of 3 carnations, 3y, we know that his total that he had to pay was $20.25. So we're going to have that same situation with Lori. So for Lori, she bought 8 roses. She bought more roses, but you're still going to multiply that by x because each of those roses costs the same amount. So they bought the same types of roses and carnations. Then that's not all she bought. She bought also 3 carnations. So she also bought the same number of carnations as Jeb. So that's why we have a 3y here and a 3y here. So if you think about it, if Jeb bought 3 carnations and so did Lori, but then Lori bought more roses than Jeb, her total should be more, which it is. It's $25.75. So that's going to be equals $25.75. All right, now we've got our system of equations that we can solve. And notice how nicely it's set up for elimination because they both bought the same number of carnations. So let's go ahead and solve it. Now, we can't just add them together here because nothing's going to eliminate. We want one of these 3y's to be a negative 3y. So let's take one of the equations and multiply it by negative 1. So I'm going to go ahead and number my equations here. And then let's go ahead and take Jeb's and multiply it by negative 1. So I'm going to take that top equation and multiply it by negative 1. So there's Jeb's equation. We're going to multiply everything in both sides by negative 1. So that becomes negative 6x because that's negative 1 times 6x plus 3, sorry, that's wrong. Then we have to take negative 1 times 3y, which is a negative 3y, equals, on the right side, we're going to multiply 20.25 times negative 1 to get negative 20.25. All right, so that's our new equation number 2, and we have to add it to Lori's equation. So I'm just going to copy down Lori's equation down here, equation number 2. Now I can add them together. So let's do that. I'm going to put a bar here, and let's just add those two equations together. Add left side to left side, right side to right side. So it's negative 6x plus 8x is 2x. And then negative 3y plus 3y, hey, that zeroes out. That's what I wanted. So equals then negative 20.25 plus 25.75. Use a calculator. They're decimals. It's fine. Just use a calculator. But it's $5.50. All right, now we can easily solve. But look how much sense this makes, though. Remember how they bought the same number of carnations, but Lori bought 2 more roses? There's a difference in price because of that. Remember, I said, well, she's got to pay more then if they bought the same carnations, but she bought 2 more roses. Well, how much more money did those 2 roses cost? That's what we did by adding them together. The 2 roses cost $5.50. That's what this equation means. So the reason she had to pay more money was because of the 2 roses. How much more money did she pay? $5.50. So that can tell us the price of the roses. She bought more, had to pay more because of the 2 roses. So you can calculate, because of that, how much 1 rose costs. All right, so let's divide by 2 to figure out the cost of 1 rose. So x equals 550 divided by 2 is 275. All right, so that's how much a rose costs. Now we can go back and find out how much a carnation costs. We can use either equation, either of the original equations. I'm going to go ahead and use Jeb's equations just for fun. Jeb's equation just for fun. So equation number 1, 6 times 275. And then plus 3y equals 2025. Now, again, look how much sense this makes. You know that each of the 6 roses he bought costs $2.75 a piece. So you're going to multiply this. So when we multiply 6 by 2.75, we're going to get $16.50. So what that tells us is the 6 roses he bought cost $16.50. But he also bought 3 carnations that we don't know how much they cost. But if part of this total price that he paid included the roses he bought, and we know how much the roses cost, take that off. So we're going to subtract $16.50 from both sides because that's how much the roses cost, not the carnations. And then that zeroes out on the left side, leaving us with 3 carnations must have cost. Subtract that in the calculator. It's fine, it's decimals, but it's $3.75. So again, we knew because we found out how much roses cost, we could take off that cost from his total cost to show that the 3 carnations he bought cost $3.75. And then we can use that fact to figure out how much 1 carnation costs. And so when you divide that by 3, use a calculator, you get $1.25. Awesome. But now we need to check it. We need to check it into Lori's equation. So we're going to make sure that it's going to calculate to be the same. All right, Lori. So Lori's going to the florist, and let's make sure we're the florist now. Let's calculate how much she has to pay. All right, so she bought 8 roses. Each of those roses costs $2.75. So we're going to multiply 8 times $2.75. But then we have to add to that, she bought 3 carnations. So 3 times the price per carnation, $1.25. Does that total $25.75? Let's do it. $8 times $2.75 is $22 plus $3 times 1.25. But hey, what? We just had this right here, actually. Right? 3y is 3.75. So we're going to put plus 3.75. And is that right? Is 22 plus 3.75 equal to 25.75? It is. So that means we are correct. So our final answer is 1 rose costs, I know I didn't put a very big line, 1 rose costs $2.75, and 1 carnation costs $1.25. That's what our answer means. And that's it for that real world problem.